Hi, everyone. Today on this Mindful Monday moment, we're going to be doing a pause to remember and talk about the topic of paying it forward to another person. Along the way on my journey over the last several years and throughout my lifetime, I've always had people that come and go in your life and they give you or leave you this bit of wisdom, or they do something kind for you that makes your world a better place to live. Uh, and this is something that's near and dear to my heart. And I'm going to give an example of one type of story. About 4 years ago, when I got involved with the peer support, I found that things just weren't right with me. I wasn't aligned right or balanced right. Uh, and through the counseling I went through, along the way, I read a book called Passed On by a chief by the name of Billy Goldfeder. In there was a story of Chief Pat Kenny of the Western Springs Fire Department at the time. Uh, and when I read his story, I went back and I said to somebody, I said, you know what? This man has something to tell me. Now, I remember hearing his name when I went through that initial peer support training. And I'm like, this guy has something that he can tell me. So I asked, is there any way that I could get in contact with him? I was given his email, and I emailed the chief. He got back to me, not knowing who I was, and I explained that I want to sit down and talk with him. So we met at a Starbucks, sat down for about an hour and talked, and he told me his story uh, and the struggles that he went through with certain things like of a personal nature. And he even, in fact, knew my story that I was telling because he said that was a real big thing that happened in the state of Illinois and it got around everywhere. Well, at the end of this conversation, I said, Chief, what can I do uh, to repay you for this? And he said, you don't do nothing to repay me. You just pay it forward to the next guy. And I always kept that in mind. And one other thing he left me with is he says, you're going to know when that's going to be. So probably about 6 months or so ago, a friend of mine sent me the link to uh, Active Heroes. And this is an organization that is a 501c3 charity with a mission to support all U.S. military service members, veterans, and their families through physical, educational, and emotional programs in an effort to eliminate suicide. Active Heroes' vision is to eliminate military veteran suicide. And there's thousands that happen in this country each year. Uh, uh, a few things that really attracted me to wanting to work with this company, work with this organization is number one, I am a military veteran, but there's two, in just the way I view it, there's two sides of a military veteran. Some that were part of the all that gave some, and then there's the other half that were the some that gave all. I was part of the all that gave some. I did serve during the Gulf War, but I did not go over to Kuwait and serve in Desert Storm. So the way I view it, I am part of the all that gave some. But then the ones that did go in country, and now we have the continued war that we had in Iraq and Afghanistan and conflicts all over the world. Uh, they do bear a high price. There's a weight that comes with the oath that they swear to preserve and protect and defend the Constitution of the United States and all of its citizens and varying interests and territories. And when they come home, many of them have post-traumatic stress, and that is one thing that Active Heroes uh, really tries to strive to try to eliminate or offer help. So this is based in Kentucky, and they have a community center as well as a healing center. And some of the things they do is they do offer their own peer support training. So if a veteran is having a tough time, he could call a number, he could get somebody to come and sit down with him. And this is a national organization, and it goes without saying that peer support is near and dear to my heart, and it is something that I believe truly works and I do from the firefighter or first responder side, but it truly works. Some of the other things that they do is they have business partners, which I became on a silver business partner, which they offer discounts or services that are free of charge to veterans and their families, such things like acupuncture, Reiki, physical fitness types of programs. And that is something that I do, and I'm going to do post fire service career. So I felt that's another thing that aligned with the few things that I do now. To me, it's just a really gratifying to be able to become part of this organization. Some of the other things they do is they hold events in various states throughout the year. And again, it's to bring veterans and their families some peace. The Healing Center is a peaceful place that they can go to. They could either spend time alone or they spend it in a retreat type of setting. And the community center, that's where if people go to Kentucky, they offer fitness activities, exercise programs, acupuncture, and these are all things that there was a symposium about 4 years ago that the American Legion held, and they did note in that symposium that things like acupuncture or Eastern medicine practices are something that have been very helpful to veterans and their families overcoming the struggles of depression, suicidal ideation, and post-traumatic stress. And again, I want to align myself with this organization, and it's one of them things along the way. What you're going to know when you want to pay it forward, somebody's always going to have done something for you to help you along the way in your journey. And just like the chief said, you're going to know when you're going to know. And for me, that was my friend sending me the link to Active Heroes. And when I read their website, checked everything out, I sent an email back and said, message received. That's going to be the same thing for each and every one of us as we journey through life. We're going to find and try to pay attention and notice those signs that the universe is sending to you or that somebody's sending to you. It might be a billboard, it might be a newspaper article, it might be something on TV, or it might be a friend sending you an email saying, you know what, this is something I think you would be interested in. So what it's all about, and there's a Tim McGraw song called Humble and Kind. At the end of that, he talks about helping the next one in line, and that's what paying it forward is all about. So I hope this is something that can give you a little bit of food for thought, and enjoy the rest of your Mindful Monday, and I'll see you on the next video.